Before we begin, I just want to say thank you, truly, for every story you've shared, every comment you've left, and every quiet moment you've spent listening. It means more than words ever could. Drop a comment and tell us where you're tuning in from. Whether it's a small, sleepy town or a sleepless, glowing cityscape, we love knowing who's out there. Now settle in, because this story, it hits hard. It began on a cold Colorado morning. The kind that slips beneath your jacket and lingers on your neck like a whisper. The streets of Boulder were still wiping sleep from their eyes. Trees stood still, frosted breath curling from their branches, as if they too were waiting for something. Nathan Callahan stood in his driveway, spinning his car keys between his fingers. The neighborhood around him, tidy and quiet, slowly began to stir. Coffee makers gurgling behind curtained windows, a distant leaf blower breaking the hush, and the soft crunch of old snow under slow-moving tires. Inside the house behind him, the usual morning chaos buzzed to life. His daughter Mia was refusing to wear her mittens again, her tiny voice sharp with stubbornness. The sound of cartoons echoed down the hallway, where little Lucas sat cross-legged on the rug, eyes wide and cereal bowl already half spilled. It was loud, messy, imperfect, but it was theirs. It was home. "I'm heading to the tire place," Nathan called through the front door, tightening his jacket against the wind. From upstairs came Lena's voice, gentle, breezy, laced with that distracted calm she always had while doing her makeup. "Drive safe, babe." A small, ordinary exchange between husband and wife. But something in Nathan twitched. He still felt something when he heard her voice, that warmth, that memory of the early years. They'd been married 8 years. 2 kids. A mortgage that felt like a third child. And yet, somehow, the way she said it, it felt like remembering a song you used to love but can't sing anymore. Lena was a spark. A strategist at a media firm, always balancing deadlines, juggling digital campaigns and boardroom meetings. Nathan, by contrast, had started his own logistics business after getting downsized from corporate. It wasn't flashy, but it worked. It kept the lights on, and let him be there for the life they had built. He loved their Wednesdays, walking Mia to preschool, her tiny fingers wrapped around a stuffed flamingo with one wing stitched on crooked. And their Friday nights, with homemade pizza, half-finished Netflix episodes, and Lena usually dozing off by the second act. He'd carry her to bed, pressing a kiss to her forehead like it was still a prayer. No, it wasn't perfect. But it was his. It was enough. Or so he thought. The trip to the tire shop barely took 20 minutes. But when Nathan pulled back into the driveway, something was off. Their Honda CR-V was gone, Lena's car. Not odd by itself, but the details, they didn't add up. The garage still hummed with leftover warmth from a recently running engine. The passenger seat was reclined way back, farther than Lena ever would have left it. She barely reached the pedals. She used to joke that reclining made her feel like she was waiting for a dentist. That seat wasn't her. And details? They mattered. Back inside, a whiff of her perfume still lingered in the hallway. Fresh. Sweet. Not faded like someone who'd been up for hours, chasing toddlers and breakfast bowls. No, this scent was new, recent. Applied with intention. That evening Lena was bubbly. Too bubbly. She complimented his pasta 3 times. Laughed a little too much when Lucas knocked over his milk. Checked her phone when she thought he wasn't looking. She wasn't cold, not exactly. But she was performing warmth. And Nathan knew the difference. The next morning, life carried on. Packed lunches. School drop-offs. Routine. But Nathan was seeing things with a new kind of clarity now. Not anger. Not jealousy. Just awareness. Her kisses felt automated. Her eyes flickered past him, not into him. Her laughter, once unfiltered, snort-filled, real, now sounded too smooth, too polished. Like a voice actor reading a line. That afternoon, while Lena took Mia to ballet, Nathan walked into the garage with purpose. He opened the passenger door again. The seat hadn't moved. Still reclined. He looked closer. On the mat, a faint shoe print. Bigger than Lena's. She wore a size 6. This was easily a 10. He opened the center console. Usual clutter. Old receipts, hand sanitizer, gum. But then something caught his eye. Something small and shimmering. A glittery hair tie. Lena hated glitter. She once ranted for 10 minutes about how it gets in your socks and never leaves. And now here it was, mocking him from the cup holder like a secret left behind in plain sight. He didn't yell. He didn't accuse. He just stood there, holding that sparkling thread of betrayal, breathing in the cold. That night, after the kids had gone to bed and Lena was brushing her teeth upstairs, Nathan opened his laptop and typed, "Private investigator near me, confidential." He didn't want to do this, but he couldn't not. Years ago, someone had made him feel like he was crazy, gaslit, manipulated until trust shattered like glass under too much weight. He wouldn't let it happen again. Not this time. The next day, he sat across from a man named David Ken, a PI with a tired smile and eyes like cracked pavement, sharp, steady, and full of history. They met at a faded diner off I-25, the kind where the booths creak and the coffee burns a little too hot. "You think your wife's cheating?" David asked bluntly. "I don't know," Nathan replied. Calm. Controlled. "That's why I'm here. I don't want drama. I want the truth." David just nodded. Most people say that, until they get it. "I still want it," Nathan said. And he meant it. Because the only thing worse than being betrayed is pretending you weren't.